Okay. City Council Workshop, regular session, Thursday, May 1st, 2025, 5:45 p.m. City Hall, 3300 Corinth Parkway. You can view live stream at www.cityofcorinth.com/remote session. Notice is hereby given of a regular meeting of the Corinth City Council. I call this meeting to order. Please stand for the invocation, the Pledge of Allegiance, and Texas Pledge.
Thank you, Mayor. Let's pray. Father, we are grateful that you are a God of miracles, our Father of light, and our source of eternal life. We come before you this evening in humility, asking for your hand in our proceedings. In your Son's name, amen.
Amen. Please face the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible. Thank you. Okay, the first item on the agenda is a presentation and proclamation honoring the Corinth Youth Advisory Council. Mr. Campbell.
Thank you, Mayor and Council. Tonight, our staff is going to present some information on our Youth Advisory Council program, but I think we also have a proclamation. If we want to read that first, we can do that, and then turn it over to the staff.
Okay, Mr. Garber is going to read the proclamation.
This proclamation is honoring Corinth Youth Advisory Council. Whereas the city of Corinth, a place for families, takes pride in its sense of community and youth involvement, and the Corinth Youth Advisory Council was established in 2020 to provide youth with increased opportunities, and the vision of Corinth Youth Advisory Council is to create programs and partnerships that build character and integrity. And the Youth Advisory Council has participated in multiple city events and hosted a donation drive for the local animal shelters. And the Youth Council has provided over 250 hours of community service since its establishment. And finally, the Youth Council demonstrated hard work, commitment, and innovation in their endeavors. Therefore, be it resolved that Mayor Bill Heidemann does hereby honor the Youth Advisory Council for their services of the City of Corinth, signed this day, 1st of May, 2025.
Thanks. And Mayor Andrew Parker is going to present this information tonight and answer any questions that you may have.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Council. I just want to take a moment to recognize these extraordinary youth. They have put so much time and effort into participating in this, and we're actually going to be losing some of them this year, so it's pretty sad. Okay, so by the numbers, we have 13 members this year. They all together have held over 50 volunteer hours. They've volunteered at over 6 city events, Shamrock and Roll, the Pottoberfest, Boots and Brews, and all those events. They also hosted the first ever Little Libraries book drive donation, where they actually got over 450 books donated by residents of the city to stock all the 5 little libraries within the city. So that was a really, really fun event, had a very good turnout. So what's next for Youth Advisory? Like I said, we're losing some people. We have 7 seniors graduating this year. So we are going to be losing a big chunk of our group, but the registration is open right now, and so we're actively looking and advertising and marketing that. So we hope to fill up those spots this summer and just get rolling right back on. There's a lot more events to come, a lot more fun things that we're planning for the group. Some of our YAC members, we have Abigail Moore. She's a freshman. She's been in 1 year of service with YAC. Peyton Sammons, freshman, 1 year of service. We have Kai, he's a sophomore of 1 year of service, and Laurel, who is 2 years of service. She's a sophomore. Allison is a sophomore and has 2 years of service, and Jackson is a junior and has 3 years of service. So he will be moving up to our senior next year. All the others are just going to transfer over. And now to talk a little bit about our seniors. We have Abby. She has 3 years of service under her belt, and she plans to attend Texas Tech University to study biochemistry. And she wants to get her Farm D, so that's pretty exciting. I'm pretty proud of her for that. Hannah Davis, she is a senior, and she is going to be attending Texas A&M to study ecology and conservation biology. She's got 2 years of service. And Dan Hayden, who has 2 years of service, he plans to get his degree in computer science. Miriam Anwar, she's a senior with 2 years of service, and she plans to attend UT at Austin with a major in public health on the pre-med track. These kids have goals. Sophia, who's a senior with 2 years of service, she plans to double major in biology and psychology on the pre-med track as well. And Amelia is majoring in architectural engineering at the University of North Texas, and she's aspiring to become a structural engineer. And then we have Caleb, who has 1 year of service, and he plans to attend the University of Texas at Austin with majoring in psychology, and he hopes to pursue a dual degree. So lofty, lofty goals. One more person I would also like to bring recognition to is Sarah Thornhill. She is in charge of corralling all these youth, holding meetings, coming up with fun events. She's been doing this for about 3 years, and I mean, we couldn't do it without her. She is excellent in working with these kids. And that's all I have for you. Just want to say thank you all for your support, and we can't wait to see what happens next year. Do you have any questions?
Thank you. Does anybody from council have any questions or comments?
I do have one question. How many can y'all accommodate? 15. Okay.
Plenty of room for more.
Do any of your members have anything they'd like to say in the public here to the council, or some of their experiences they've had this last year? Come up. We'll give you the podium. Maximum 3 minutes.
I just wanted to take this time to thank my peers at the Youth Advisory Council. I know it was just my first year on the Youth Advisory Council, but I'm just so gracious to this community for accepting me, because I just moved here from Louisville not too long ago, and I was looking for ways to get involved in the community. I was looking, and I talked to one of our alumni, Caitlin, what was her name? McCurdy, and she was like, yeah, you should join the Youth Advisory Council, and I did, and I had the best time. It was really, I feel so loved in my new community, and I just wanted to take the time to thank you guys, and thank the city of Corinth for really making this my new home. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Any other ones want to speak? God, tell me you're bashful.
Put them on the spot there.
Okay. Well, on behalf of the city of Corinth, we want to express our sincere thanks for all that you do, all you did, and all the different activities you were involved in here. I'm sure a lot of those activities you take for granted, but the citizens recognize that, and we appreciate what you do. So thank you. Now, if you all come up in front, you'll get your picture taken with the council.
Sorry.
Okay, the next item on the agenda is a proclamation encouraging all residents to support and celebrate monarch conservation. Mr. Campbell.
Thank you, Mayor. I'm going to let Carolyn Seward, our new Parks and Recreation Director, kind of explain what this represents. I know she's got some members of the Keep Corinth Beautiful Board here as well. So.
Yes. Thank you, Mayor and Council. The Mayor's Monarch Pledge was started in 2015 as part of the Wildlife Federation, encouraging citizens and communities to really rally behind planting natives and encouraging that monarch migration through the state of Texas. So here in Corinth, we do several efforts to promote monarch conservation. We have our butterfly garden at Corinth Community Park. We have a work day the first Saturday of every month from 8:30 to 10:30 a.m. Everybody's encouraged to come out and help us plant and pull weeds. We have a butterfly garden that we're working on here in front of City Hall. We're also working to look at updating ordinances to encourage native plantings in residents' homes. And then we're working with partners like the Master Naturalists and Master Gardeners, as well as UNT and the Native Plant Society, to really make sure we're tailoring our plantings to the monarch conservation. So I do have Keep Corinth Beautiful with me today, the board, to celebrate this initiative.
Okay, I want to put a disclaimer on that because I worked one Saturday and I got right in the middle of some red ants. And I'm just getting healed up right now from that. But I will say this, it was a fun day. I really enjoyed pulling the weeds, and I just admire that area every time I go down there, all the advancements that you've made in keeping Corinth beautiful in that area. But I do have a proclamation I'll read here for you. It says, the monarch butterfly is an iconic North American species whose multi-generational migration and metamorphosis from caterpillars to butterflies has captured the imagination of millions of Americans. And both the western and eastern monarch populations have been significantly declined, and the city of Corinth recognizes that human health ultimately depends on well-functioning ecosystems and that bioadverse regions can better support food production, health, soil, and air quality, and can foster healthy connections between humans and wildlife. And cities, towns, counties have a critical role to play to help save the monarch butterfly, and the city of Corinth is striving to become a leader. And I, Bill Heidemann, do sign the National Wildlife Federation Mayor's Monarch Pledge, officially committing to taking meaningful action to protect the monarch butterfly, and the City of Corinth, in partnership with Keep Corinth Beautiful, commits to plant native plants in the butterfly garden and educate residents about monarch habitats. And now, therefore, I, Bill Heidemann, Mayor, City of Corinth, Texas, do hereby encourage all residents to participate in community activities that support and celebrate monarch conservation. Signed this first day of May, 2025. So, if you all come up here, we'll get your picture taken. You'll be front page news. Does anybody from Keep Corinth Beautiful want to make any comments?
I think we had a question, Chris?
Yeah, I was just going to ask, the flower bed in front of City Hall, the dirt, it looks like I planted it because it's dirt and dead. But are some of the plants, the native plants, are going to go there?
Yes, we'll be planting plants too.
And that are monarch friendly or just native?
Monarch friendly and native. So some of the monarch friendly plants that you can plant are like milkweed. Carolyn probably knows all of them better than I do. Well, I don't know but it will be a mixture of native plants and then things that attract pollinators.
Oh, good.
I just want to say that I'm so thankful that the people of the city of Corinth have been so happy with what we've been doing out there, that they really did notice last year that it looked so much nicer and there was a lot more flowers and butterflies and such out there. And so it is a work in progress, and we actually have even more plans to add this year, and hopefully they will take up even more room, so there'll be less empty space. At the moment, some of the empty space is where the sunflowers will come up. So that's, some of the plants do come up from seed, so you don't see much. But it's coming along really well. And the fact that we won a second grant from the Native Plant Society shows that they really appreciate what we've been doing here and the effort that we've been putting forward. So thank you.
Thank you. Are you going to make sure they get rid of those red ants?
Real quick, I just want to say, so Heath Shattuck, I have the privilege of chairing the KCB board, but realistically, it's people like Carolyn and Linda and these folks that have this wealth of knowledge who've brought this to the city and made this beautiful garden and continue to do great work. As KCB, we don't really know what our mission is. It's kind of squishy, right? So we try to come up with KPIs and volunteer hours and things like that we can communicate to the community. But honestly, this butterfly garden and these things that people can tangibly see have really been just a great project for us and really been awesome in getting recognition from the community. So we're grateful to have the opportunity to work on this. And I just really wanted to call these ladies out for their hard work.
Thank you.
I also want to say that I think a lot of the people in the city didn't even know that butterfly garden was there until y'all started doing the first Saturday of the month and really pushing it out on social media. A lot of people have come to me and said, we didn't even know that was there. So it's just beautiful. Y'all have done such great work. Like I said, when I buy a plant at Home Depot, I ask the cashier to give it its last rites because it's coming to my house to die. So I appreciate everybody that has that ability to plant and grow and make it beautiful. And I just appreciate all y'all's time and talent and what y'all have done for the city. So thank y'all.
And I want to say, I've been on council going on 7 years, and I've never seen this level of excitement with KCB. I don't know what your tipping point was, but it's so exciting to me to see this level of engagement and this level of excitement. And I love all that you guys are doing. And I learn a lot of knowledge from Linda Barker, and sometimes she'll slap my hands when I plant stuff that's not, that needs too much water. But I just really like watching what all you guys are doing, and thank you very much.
I think this group has just put a challenge to the council to show up on the first Monday or first Saturday of the month. Yeah. Then you can experience fire ants too.
Or not. So I just want to thank the city for their cooperation in making what we do even possible. And Scott, your video on and all of you who participated in the State of the City, and seeing the butterfly garden as a part of that was really touching. And again, it just shows the level of support that we're receiving. So the city has done a lot of things that support what we are doing, and it's not just our committee, but our committee is phenomenal. So thank you all so much.
Thank you. Anybody else? Okay. Well, thank you again for coming tonight and for being part of this presentation. So, okay. Citizens' comments. Please limit your comments to 3 minutes. Comments about any of the council agenda items are appreciated by the council and may be taken into consideration at this time or during that agenda item. Council is prohibited from acting on or discussing items brought before them at this time. Nobody? Okay. Then I'd entertain a motion on the consent agenda.
Mayor, I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
Any further discussion? Cast your vote. It's unanimous. Okay, we cannot go into public hearings until 6:30, so at this time we're going to a business agenda items. Item number 17. Consider an act on a lease agreement with New Cellular Wireless PCS LLC, AT&T, for antenna space on the City of Corinth water tower located at 3011 Park Ridge Drive, and authorize the city manager to execute the necessary documents. Mr. Campbell.
Thank you, Mayor and Council. Tonight, Glenn Barker, our Public Works Director, who's been working on this negotiation with AT&T, will cover this item.
Keith, Linda, thank you for staying for my presentation. Mayor, Council, the AT&T lease is existing with that's already on the tower. It's the tower by the high school. It's a renewal because it's 30 years, so it's a renewal of the existing. It'll be $3,500 a month with a 2% increase per year. It's the first signature would be 5 years, and then there'd be 4 renewals for a total of 25 years. And the first year it'll bring in $42,000 of revenue, but over the life of the contract it'll bring in about $1 million.
How much are they paying now?
3% less than that.
3% less.
So I think it's right around 31.
Just over $3,000.
Yes, thank you. Yes.
I will not open this up.
No. Yeah.
Are there any other questions from council? Okay. I'd entertain a motion on this item.
Mr. Mayor, I'll move to approve the lease agreement with New Singular Wireless PCS LLC, AT&T for antenna, I can't even say, space on the City of Corinth water tower located at 3011 Park Ridge Drive, and authorize the city manager to execute the necessary documents.
I'll second that.
Is there any further discussion? Cast your vote. It's unanimous. Item number 18, consider an act on a cooperative purchase utilizing the City of Denton's contract with Floyd Smith Concrete for $326,012 to complete the Robinson Road project pursuant to Texas Local Government Code 21271.102, and to authorize the city manager to execute the necessary documents. Mr. Campbell.
Thank you, Mayor. Glenn Barker will cover this item as well related to the Robinson Road, completing that project.
Mayor, Council, this is for Robinson Road. When we started this project, the PCI score for this road was 53. When we finish this portion of it, the entire road will be averaged out about 78. The final portion is for $326,000, and it's about 1,500 linear feet. Phase 1 we did in 2023, and it was about 180,000, and that was the eastbound lanes by Marabella, and it was really bad in that area. So we went as far as we could with the 180, and then in 2024 Park Ridge Roundabout, we had savings of $450,000, so we finished the entire road and started coming back the other way on westbound, and now this one here will finish off the entire road. We're using a City of Denton contract, so we're using the piggyback off of that for the ILA. And that's all.
Okay. Are there any questions? Okay. If not, I'd entertain a motion on this item.
Mayor, I move to approve the cooperative purchase utilizing the City of Denton contract with Floyd Smith Concrete for $326,012 to complete Robson Road project and authorize the city manager to execute the necessary documents.
I'll second.
Is there any further discussion? Cast your vote. It's unanimous. Item number 19, consider an act on interlocal cooperative agreement, ILA, between the City of Corinth and Lake City's Municipal Utility Authority, LCMUA, to upsize an existing 8-inch water line to a 12-inch water line as part of the Dobbs Road reconstruction project. Mr. Campbell.
Thank you, Mayor and Council. Glenn will cover this item as well. Answer any questions that you have.
So this is the ILA with LCUMA. This is part of the county Dobbs Road project. They have a water line underneath that roadway, and they worked a deal out with Denton County to upsize that line. We'll just act as the project manager, and we'll hold the funds in our account so we could pay the contractor. So the ILA is for them to give us funds. We'll store it in an account. When they pay, we'll use that funds to pay for the upsize.
Is there any questions from council? If not, I'd entertain a motion on this item.
Mayor, I move to approve the ILA between the City of Corinth and the Lake City's Municipal Utility Authority to increase the water line at Dobbs Road from Kenilworth to South Shady Shores Road.
I'll second.
Any further discussion? Cast your vote. It's unanimous. Item number 20, consider an act on an interlocal agreement, ILA, with the City of Denton for the lowering and the burial of overhead power lines by Denton Municipal Electric along the North Corinth Street adjacent to the Agora Park. Mr. Campbell.
Mayor and Council, we're going to hear from Glenn one more time. Answer any questions that you have.
This is the ILA with Denton to bury the lines along North Corinth Street all the way past North Corinth Street where it crosses the stop sign, the new temporary stop sign there. So they'll go right to the other side of that roadway for $302,000. It's 80 days of construction, 80 days of construction, and they'll start 30 days after the signature. So once they get this, so sometime in June they should start. Any questions?
You don't have to shut the road down
No.
for that. Okay.
Nope. They'll work in the greenway. Yep.
I was just curious as to when they put that line in there with all the growth that's going to be coming down in our downtown section, will they anticipate that when they bury these lines so they won't have to go in there and bury more lines later?
So they'll be right up against the raw water line for Denton, and you can't build anything on top of Denton's raw water line. So no matter where they put it in that area, they'll be fine. There'll be no moving.
Okay, but I'm thinking more along the capacity of the amount of electricity that'll be able to be conducted through those lines.
Ooh, I do not know the answer to that question.
Certainly discuss that with them.
Yes.
Okay. Very good. Okay, no other questions? Then I'd entertain a motion on this item.
Mayor, I'd move to approve the interlocal agreement with the City of Denton for the lowering and burial of power lines along North Corinth Street by Denton Municipal Electric in the amount of $302,654.
I'll second.
Is there any further discussion? Cast your vote. It's unanimous. Okay. We still can't go into public hearings yet, so at this time, we're going to council comment and future agenda items. The purpose of this section is to allow each council member the opportunity to provide general updates and or comments to fellow council members, the public, and or staff on any issues or future events. Also, in accordance with Section 30.085 of the Code of Ordinances, at this time, any council member may direct that an item be added as a business item to any future agenda. Mr. Burke.
Nothing, Mayor. Thank you.
Mr. Garber.
Nothing, sir. Thank you.
Ms. Rao.
Nothing this week.
Mrs. Henderson.
Nothing, sir. Thank you.
Mrs. Pickens.
I do have something. Tomorrow evening at 6:30, prior to the showing of the Star Wars movie, the Run for Dylan Foundation will be donating an AED for the park at Agora. If y'all know who Dylan was, a high school cross-country runner who suffered a heart attack while running and did not survive, and his family now has established a foundation that will put AEDs at parks or sporting facilities in memory of their son. So they chose to put one in Corinth. The city has been great to work with, and they will be dedicating that tomorrow night before the movie, as Star Wars was one of Dylan's most favorite movie franchises. So if y'all can be out there, that is such an honor that they'll be doing it here, and I am sure it will save a life. So that is tomorrow night. The dedication is at 6:30 at Agora.
Okay. Mr. Campbell.
Nothing. Thank you, sir.
Okay, at this time we'll be going into executive session, and we'll be dealing with Section 551.071, legal advice, and we're going to be going into Section 551.087, economic development. So we're going into executive session at 6:17. Just you.
I'm always happy.
It's just you. Okay.
Wait, where's Kelly?
Okay, we're back in regular session. First item on the agenda is public hearing. Item number 14, conduct a public hearing, consider and act on the ordinance amending the zoning ordinance and zoning map of the city of Corinth, each being a part of the Unified Development Code, to rezone approximately 6.2 acres of land addressed as 99 Burrell Street through 115 Burrell Street, Corinth, Texas, from its current zoning of C-2 Commercial District to Planned Development District number 76 with a base zoning district of SF4 Single Family. Mr. Campbell.
Thank you, Mayor and Council. Tonight, our city planner, Matthew Lilly, will cover this item, answer any questions that you have.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, Council. Don't worry, I checked about 10 times to make sure I got the right presentation tonight for you guys. But tonight we're looking at Gibson Heights on Burrell Street. This is an existing 17-lot subdivision. It's all single-family houses. This subdivision was rezoned along with several other properties with the 2013 rewrite of the Unified Development Code. Recently, there were 2 houses on Burrell Street that burnt down and are needing to be rebuilt or have significant repairs done. And under the current C2 zoning, they wouldn't be able to be rebuilt as they're non-conforming use in the commercial district. So in coordination with these property owners, the city is requesting that the subject properties be rezoned to a planned development with a base zoning district of SF4 single family. The reason a PD is needed is to allow for a narrower lot size, given that several of the lots are less than the 70-foot minimum. Some additional regulations that are being included is for a 70-square-foot minimum front porch on new houses and for a minimum 10-foot setback for garages from the main facade. This rezoning is in compliance with the comprehensive plan designation of mixed-use node. This is one of the listed uses within that designation. As of this date, we've received 1 letter of support and 1 letter of opposition for the request. Staff's recommending approval as presented, and then the P&Z at their meeting on Monday recommended 4-0 that the request be approved as presented. And I'm available for any questions you might have.
Is there any question?
I have to. The letter of opposition, do we know why?
It was one of the surrounding property owners, not in the subdivision. They were concerned that potentially rezoning back to single family could impact future commercial development.
Okay, all right. So that, I guess that makes sense. And number 2, this brings these properties that are being rebuilt will be brought up to current code.
Right.
But for the most part, they can build what they had.
Yes.
Okay. So we're not accidentally complicating their rebuilding process any further. Okay.
If I could add, I think there would be one major difference in the side setbacks, which is probably part of the problem why 2 don't burn down instead of 1.
Of course. Well, like we need to be in compliance, but there's no onerous
Correct.
additions to this aside from safety and okay.
Any other questions, council? Okay, thank you very much. Okay, at this time, I'll open it up for a public hearing. And I believe there's Mr. John, is it Klickner? Yes. Please come up, give us your name and your address, and you have 3 minutes.
I'll take a lot less than that. John Klickner, address 114 Burrell Street. Been living there for 42 years. Didn't realize the zoning had changed like it did, and even with that, didn't realize that a C2 change would eliminate the possibility of rebuilding. And so I'm in support of that. I've talked to a few of the neighbors, which didn't understand that would be the case too. So just wanted to kind of come and let you know I'm in support of changing it back to where it was, and I appreciate all y'all's service. Y'all stay a little later than I thought you would, so I appreciate that. Thank you.
Okay. You're welcome. Thank you. Okay. Is there any other people in the audience? No. All right. So at this time, I close the public hearing, and I'd entertain a motion on this item.
I move to approve an ordinance amending case number ZAPD 25-0004 Gibson Heights Plan Development as presented.
I'll second.
Is there any further discussion? Cast your vote. It's unanimous. Item number 15, conduct a public hearing, consider an act on an ordinance amending the zoning ordinance of the City of Corinth, each being a part of the Unified Development Code, subsection 2.09, zoning regulations by amending various sections of 2.09.01, governing landscaping regulations for residential and non-residential property, governing non-residential design elements and non-residential building articulations, and amending section 2.07.03 using chart of subsection 2.07 zoning use regulations to require a specific use permit for institutional patient care facilities in commercial zoning district C-1 and C-2. Mr. Campbell.
Thank you, Mayor and Council. Matthew will also cover these UDC amendment proposals, answer any questions.
Thank you. So we have 7 amendments to the Unified Development Code tonight, which are specifically looking at the landscaping requirements, the use chart, and non-residential architectural standards. And then a summary of these amendments is to just correct errors and omissions, establish new development standards and revise existing standards, update some permitted uses, and then to update and create new architectural standards for industrial uses. So the first one is looking at the landscaped edge. Currently, there's a requirement in there for shade trees to be planted along the landscape edge every 30 feet. There's a conflicting standard listed right after that that looks at the area to be the basis for the landscape edge. So we're just recommending that section be removed and that we just have that linear requirement for every 30 feet. The second one is looking at the vehicle headlight screening that is along the landscape edge. This section requires that screening be incorporated along commercial parking lots just to not have headlights spill over into the streets, into other uses. And staff is recommending that the underlined sections and the following language be added. And so it's just including language that for opaque evergreen shrubs with a 5-gallon minimum, and then adding 4 foot tall and from 2 years of installation. This third one, we're looking at the interior parking lot landscaping. Currently, it just states that there shall be 1 shade tree or ornamental for every 10 parking spaces or fraction thereof. And so we're just adding some more specifications that says that a parking island has to be provided every 10 spaces and at the end of parking rows. And then just again saying that a shade tree or ornamental tree would be provided in these areas with natural ground cover. The fourth one, we're looking at residential landscaping requirements. Currently does not allow for trees to be planted within the parkway, which would be between the curb and sidewalk within the right-of-way. It specifically says that in the UDC right now, so we're just recommending that language be added that would allow the planning director to allow for the planting of trees in this area. Fifth one is looking at the use chart. The use for the institution for the care of alcoholic, psychiatric, or narcotic patients is currently permitted by right within the C1 and C2 commercial districts. And staff recognizes that this use should be permitted through a SUP, as this would provide a more balanced method for allowing these essential facilities while also ensuring compatibility with the surrounding uses. The sixth one is for the architectural elements that are required for all of our non-residential buildings that come in. We've got a pretty substantial list currently in the UDC, but we're asking that the additional elements listed below be added. So that'd be colonnades, curved convex or concave walls, breezeways or courtyards, decorative fenestration, or curtain wall systems. And this is just to provide more flexibility in architectural design. And then I believe this is the last one, is speaking to finish articulation on industrial buildings. So right now it's required that 3 feet of depth articulation be provided for every 30 feet. And this can be difficult for certain buildings to accommodate that. Typically, we're looking at industrial buildings that have fairly flat surfaces, and so staff's recommending that this be reduced to a 18-inch depth articulation for facades for additional flexibility, and then to include a new standard for 15% glazing requirement for all industrial buildings on their front facade and corners. Staff is recommending approval of the requested amendments as presented. Again, Planning and Zoning Commission recommended approval at their meeting on Monday, and I'm available for questions.
Any question from council? Okay, I'd entertain a motion on that. Wait, no, I got to go to public hearing. Open it for public hearing. Apparently no one here to speak, so close public hearing, entertain a motion on that item.
Mayor, I move to approve an ordinance amending the Unified Development Code, Section 2, Zoning Regulations, subsection 2.09.01, Landscaping Regulations, subsection 2.07.03, Use Chart, and subsection 2.09.06, Non-Residential Architectural Standards.
Excuse me just a minute. I believe that one of these, as we were going through it, one of the numbers was off in the actual draft, so it's 2.09.06 is also included, which is part of 2.09. So if you would mention that one too, please. Add 2.09.06 as well.
I would like to add 2.09.06 non-residential architectural standards. It's there.
I'll second.
Is there any further discussion? Cast your vote. Okay, it's unanimous. Okay, item number 16 is conduct a public hearing and act on an ordinance amending Section 4.50 Master Plan of the Unified Development Code of the City of Corinth to amend the city's 2040 Comprehensive Land Use Plan, Envision Corinth, to adopt the Downtown Corinth Plan 2025. Mr. Campbell.
Thank you, Mayor and Council. Melissa, or you or Matthew going to cover?
Me.
Okay. I'll let you.
I just realized that we did not upload the plan, so I'll speak. I think it's in your packet, the entire document, and we went over it at the last work session. So this is really just to adopt the plan as part of the comprehensive plan. We have a section in the comprehensive plan that speaks to the downtown area, and it was a smaller area at the time, as you know, and we've expanded that plan to include going all the way up to Shady Shores and out to Community Park. So this would be incorporating that into the plan and expanding upon what's already in there, which is much more limited, including all of the recommendations that we've been through before. The P&Z did approve this 4-0 at their meeting on Monday. I'd be happy to answer any questions on any of the recommendations. I think I know it by heart. So.
Is there any questions from council? Okay, thank you. Okay, at this time, I'm going to open it up for public hearing. I'm closing it from public hearing and entertain a motion on that item.
Mayor, I move to approve ordinance amending case number ZTA 25-0006 as presented.
Second.
Any further discussion? Cast your vote. Unanimous. Okay, coming out of an executive session where we discussed the co-serve development participation and escrow agreement, I'd entertain a motion on that item.
Mayor, I would move to extend that agreement for 45 days from today's date.
I'll second.
Any further discussion? Cast your vote.
Mr. Burke?
Because it's not on the, okay.
Mr. Burke? Yes. Mr. Garber?
Yes.
Ms. Rail? Yes. Ms. Henderson? Ms. Pickens?
Okay, it's unanimous. And with that, we're adjourned.